Alright, hello everybody, welcome to PT Launch Lab. This is episode 14 today. I'm with Luke McCarthy.
Nice having me, mate. Thank you.
Yes, mate, right. Well, like we just spoke about before we actually started this podcast, mate. I just want it as raw as possible. You can go into as much depth as possible.
Yeah.
You don't need to hold anything back. Let's go through it.
There's something new for me. Interesting, mate. Be nice to say a few things.
Absolutely, mate. Dive into it. I'll see your face actually, mate. Stop at the top. Right?
Yeah.
I'll let you lead, mate. I'll not try and butcher what you've done so far because I know you've done high rocks marathons, you'll name it. So we'll build up to that. But yeah, usually what I do is I do a title, like if someone's coming like Zach Nico, you just see,
Yeah.
and I just like GT4 championship, now in GT3 that, but you've done that much stuff, like there's no title for you.
Yeah. Well, actually, when I look back, mate, I've done quite a lot in the short period of time, really. But yeah, it's been good. But it is good. It's still, I think it's going to get better.
Well, you just seem to keep getting better and better every time, which I didn't think was possible. I'd seen you. Again, we talked about it just before this when you were coaching John Wattams to do the VO2 max.
That when I first started learning all this IROC stuff and basically learning coming off the back of like some injuries. Then I was injured when we did that.
You did that, yeah.
I think the VO2 max was still like 60.
It's on that record, yeah.
So it'd be crazy to get on that machine and see what it is now. But yeah, that 2 years, I think.
It's crazy. So right from the beginning, then, mate, like I said, you can start from childhood, you can start from beginning the fitness industry, or what made you get started into it. You can go as far as you want.
My childhood, mate, I think we'll start there. So I've always been athletic. I've always been into fitness. At school, 100 metre old adult, like 100 metres, cross country. I was always football, played rugby. Any sport I could do or what they wanted me to, I'd do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You put me in a position of rugby, I'll play it. You put me in a position of football, I'll play it. But football at the time at school was my main thing. Like I went all the way through academies, Leeds United for 6 years, Sheffield Wednesday, Hull City. Football was the main thing, but I can remember like still playing for like professional teams while in the academy, and then at school playing for them, and then at rugby playing for that, and then they got me doing all this track and field and all cross countries at school, mate. Yeah, I would like sport has always been a massive thing for me, and it's been a massive thing for me to like escape to as well. You know, like as growing up, like it'd be a thing that if I had bad time, I could do sport. If I had the shit that I could do something sport and all that. But I always had something to prove in sport. You know, like I always wanted. Like it probably is being big-headed and a bit like, but I always wanted to be the best. You know, you'd probably with. You know, on a rugby pitch, like I was small. I was in school. I was the smallest people. Like I used to get called Big Mac. That's what coach used to call me. And I'd always make sure, mate, I would tackle. I'd take someone's head off, or let's even take my head. I'd always make sure I was doing something where you put me, what you said I'd do. But then again, with football, like football was my name. That's what my parents pushed me to do. And that's what my dad wanted me to do. But I really enjoy football. But yeah, that's where that's school, that's growing up in school, but then to track and field, like I was doing all that. So I think it was 1,200 metres, 1,400 metres, 100 metres.
But it's all during school?
This was all in school, yeah. But then like going through school then, mate, obviously me and my best mate, Ben Whitehead, we were all the way growing up, we were like, this is good. This like junior school, getting into high school, obviously started being a little shit, like I would 10 men, doing this, and then I ended up getting kicked out in year 9.
No way.
But then so they ended up getting kicked out. But then schools still haven't going back to compete for rugby, to play football for them. And then I was still going back to obviously to do events and play sport for them.
So do you reckon they did that just because they know you're a good representation for school, and then they could still blend it in to be able to say, we want to keep putting him in school just so...
Yeah, because I think rehabilitation. I actually didn't get kicked out of school. Like a lot of time, I got kicked out for something stupid, but then I went back, and then a lot of times I just didn't go. So I just think, I don't need that school. I'll go work. You know what I mean? I don't need that. And it was always like fitness. It was always something to do with sport that drove me back to go. Like if they told me, you have to come back for a maths lesson, I'd be like, oh no, mate. But we come back and do 100 metre. I'll be there tomorrow, you know what I mean? It'd always be something to do with fitness that drew me back. But then obviously coming out of school and stuff like that, I did there were years where I went without doing any. There were years obviously growing up and stuff like that, coming out of school, mate. I might have jumped a bit forward here, but where I spent times not doing it hopefully with fitness and like being just growing up, being kids and coming out of high school and just obviously been Billy Big Balls and knocking about with mates, started drinking and started obviously just doing stupid shit. I think we've all been through them ranks, haven't we?
Yeah, of course, right, yeah. Is that so at what point then did you have like a couple of years out of fitness completely?
Yeah,
Go down a bit of a rubbish path and then
Yeah, because obviously I'll go back a little bit. When I was playing football for like, well, or at Leeds, I think what last place I was in academy, I was there for 6 years. I was there for quite a bit of time, but then I stopped that. I'd stopped going. Like my dad was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I can't be asked for that."
what made you fall out in love with that then?
It was. I thought I was missing out being with my mates. This is what.
Yeah, because
So what it was. So if my mates were, right, we're gonna go do this at Anna's bikes. We're gonna go do there, do that, and I futtball training. I'd be like, I'm not fucking missing out on this. I'm gonna go do that with my mates. Where looking back now, if it were my kids, I'd be like, look, we're off there. Where you can see where your parents are coming from, and it were probably a massive opportunity what I could have got. But then with life I've got now, mate, I would change anything. You know what I mean?
everything that we do, you said, is path, mate. It's just crazy, isn't it? And that's just the perspective you got to look at it. Like, again, I know, I keep redigressing to what we said before. We actually call it podcast, but it's like just don't matter when you've started.
No, you've all had a journey and a path, right? Yeah, and everyone's path's different.
Yeah,
and it's all led to something different.
That's what leads to these good stories. Every single book that's then been written that's got a success story has come from.
Yeah, like I've never been like a big talker. Like I've always been pretty shallow on myself. Like I've never really been a talker. Like I'd rather send a text, like like voice notes and stuff like that, mate. I used to hate doing them.
Yeah,
It's like it's only recently, this past few years, where I found myself a little bit, and that's fitness again, mate. It's like for 3 years, like I've been obviously 3 years now, going into next 2026. I've been in third year in IROX and fitness and doing all this mad stuff what I've been doing, mate. So this is only the 3 years where I've actually found myself, you know, is like to come out and break out. Cause I think like going back to school as well, like, I'm dyslexic. So I was never good at writing. I was never good at reading. And I think that's what made me be a little bit naughty, because I'd try cover it up. I'd be like, I can't read that, so then I'd chuck something up in class, or I'd try a bit, everyone look at me. And I think it was basically I was just trying to escape out of that instead of big class clown, basically. Think, oh, fucking hell, he can't read. Wow. Don't talk about him, he can't read a book, he can't write. But I probably could have got a lot better at it, but I think I chose not to by just being a bit stupid and obviously thinking, oh, well, I don't fucking need this. I don't need to write. I don't need to read. You know what I mean? And then I've gone through that like a lot, like especially jobs and stuff. It's hard, mate.
Yeah.
Like especially like now, even today, I still have to get Emma to check over on my work, especially now because I've gone full time and PT and coaching, and your words need to be right, because someone will put the thought, like sometimes my Instagram stuff, like someone will message me, oh, you've got to spell that right, mate.
So I still get that.
And it's like, for fuck's sake. And I always think, oh, so if he's seen it, everyone's seen it. But then he's like, oh no, mate, I understand that. I overthink stuff a lot, but I think in men in general, I think we do, don't we? But yeah, when we're being dyslexic and having that side of things, but like I said, I've only just found like myself this past 3 years to come out and like to do this now, mate. 3 years ago, you know what I mean?
So what were the turning point? Did you ever go into did you come back in? So obviously we were at school, very sporty, and then we had a little. How many years did you out? Would you say there?
Hey, this and stuff.
Yeah, from any training.
So say like if I come out of high school, so leaving high school. So leaving high school, mate. I went straight. I think what did I do from high school now? So I went into work. I was working for my dad. I think he's had a few business anyway. I was working with him. Just like this odd stuff, but they had pubs as well, mum and dad. So I'd always work in there, just try to get a little bit of money out of something. And then, like I said, I didn't do any fitness, mate. Like I went to bro split, so it was bodybuilding. It was fat. So yeah, fitness side of things, all that went down to 20, mate. But I always went. I still probably did something, mate. Well, like I think it them times and them going up, like who could get biggest, who could lift most weights, who had best six pack, who had best with top off, who could get most birds.
Mate, listen, like that back then, that were PTs though, wasn't it? So I think it's definitely changed a bit now. I think people obviously appreciate the sports athletic
Yeah.
look. It's like that. What back then, everyone wanted to be who's the biggest.
You look up to someone, mate, and you say, "Wow, look at size. I want to get like that. I want to be him." It's not like now where you see fitness and past it. It was like chicken and mice. I remember we went to the shop and like it was chicken shop in town and that, like who could eat most, like let's get chicken or protein shakes. Not having a clue about diet, but we'd see a protein shake or you'd see mass gainer. You go buy it.
Everyone used to make 5 kg tubs of money. Juggernaut drink and
but that is going back to now. Like with fitness, it's like it's generation, and this will change. Like now, when this was a stick, something else for my kids. It'll be here. It'll all this IROX fitness. Functional fit. Well, it's IROX. It's functional training. It's hybrid training. It's just an hybrid lifestyle. It's been about for years, mate. All this has been here for time. It's just that someone's put it all together and whether it'll have it.
100%.
But don't get what it'll stay, but there'll be something new.
So that's a good little diversion at start. So, did you ever do CrossFit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
it's enjoyable.
Yeah. So, is that because of the strength aspect to it rather than just this explosive speed like the high rocks? Obviously, so that everything's explosive, sports, performance, endurance. Whereas there's a lot of technical elements to the CrossFit to win your Olympic weight.
Yeah, and power cleans bar. So also
do you think High Rocks did a smart thing there? Well, because the audience is a lot. So you can have a lot wider audience if you do it like High Rocks. Yeah. Most people can do it, whereas obviously to an extent, what I love.
Sorry, mate. Cut like that.
Go on, sorry.
We'll jump forward a bit, yeah. But this is what I love like about High Rocks. Anybody can do it. I can get my grandma out of bed tomorrow, mate, and she could do an IROX.
There's loads of videos on that.
And this is like the main thing. What it is, it's like anyone can do it. You can be overweight. You can take your missus.
It's all beneficial.
It's not a skilled movement. It's a movement what everybody can do. Yeah. And it's like you see, like you're running around that track, mate. And I go to venues and I go to racing. It's like it's ace. Yeah. It's good to see the faces and the crowd who are doing it, who are competing. Yeah. It's like you could tell 90-year-old Wendy, sorry, a bit too old, but you could tell 50-year-old Margaret to do a toe to bar. Yeah. She's like, what's one of them? Or could do a power clean into a clean and jerk, or to a, you know what I mean? But you could tell her someone to pull a ski erg or to run over a set of kettlebells. They can do it. Absolutely, it's a movement what people can do. It will be here for years to come. Yeah. It's gonna stay because look how big it's took off.
And do you reckon have they changed some of the stations as well?
Everything's the same.
Because it's always the same. Yeah. So I think, I don't know if you might completely disagree with me, but I think CrossFit just got like a bit of a.
You know CrossFit.
You know all the handstand stuff and like some of that. I mean, it is what it is. It is CrossFit. If like I've got literally nothing against it. I think Eddie was an athlete as a beast, but some of the movements are just ridiculous. I mean, when I used to live in CrossFit games,
crazy.
I was like. It was just funny but amazing at the same time.
It'll intrigue. You know what? It intrigues me is to watch, but you know, like, I'm not good at CrossFit. Like I've got some mates that are savage at CrossFit. Like, and I know a lot of people people that sponsor me, and they've got sponsors who they sponsor that are CrossFit animals, mate. And it's like they've always got an injury. You spoke to someone, always got something out of them. But like to watch them, it's intriguing. It's like I've done it before. Like I've done it a lot. I've been and tried it. Like. Rigs and bar work and that, but it's one of them things where it gets sorry, looking for that word. It gets addictive. So it's like, especially with me, I don't know if you're saying I've got an addictive personality. So if you tell me I can't do something, and if I know I can't do something, I'll learn it. And I mean, that's what I think CrossFit gets.
And as I think you said at the beginning, there's no such thing as just taking part. When I was like, if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. It's 150. I want to win it.
No, see, and and that's the mindset I think that you need in it. That's the winning mindset. But
unless you're the 50-year-old, to just to achieve it, like again, but over the same.
It's achievement, mate.
It's another good thing about the running community is that you don't matter how fast you run. Everyone's always like, I've got a couple of groups. I've speaking about Matty as well, we spoke to the same thing. I'll go on these running groups, and must be one of the most supportive groups in the world. No one can run about that. I was like, yeah, it's better than 5K you didn't run, and everyone's like, yeah, patting on back. That's cool.
Running is the best. It's running as well. That one other thing that saved me. Like, that was the first thing I started doing with running. Like I can remember me just going and doing 5K every day as fast as I could.
Yeah.
And then learning about myself, and then it was running the start of it. What got me into it all, and obviously I started running, and then started putting my running together, like a bit of training, and then I was getting coached at the time by Jamie Kelly, and you know Jamie from Cats.
Yeah.
Jamie Kelly, he was coaching me from a motocross. Cause
Shout out to Jim.
James, shout out, Steve. I always give a shout out. I feel counting before I do it. So yeah, before so he was him that got me into it all, because we'll probably go back anyway. I think we've jumped forward a little bit.
Oh, mate,
We'll go back, but obviously, my background from coming off this is motocross. Obviously, you know that I raced motocross for years. So obviously leaving school, blah blah blah, whatever happened in that gap, and then obviously went to motocross. So I did obviously that for years, and Jamie was my coach at the time.
Right.
In LPT, mate, shed mate, and I was the most unfit. Looking back now, I thought I was fit then.
Yeah.
Like we used to, but now, like numbers that I was doing then to what I'm doing now, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was Jamie that got me into it, because I was doing running. I was running all the time, and I was going there, but I was getting injured on motocross all the time. Obviously, I had that massive accident, and I couldn't like.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get onto that. Obviously, I got told I'd never walk. And he knew I was getting sick of injuries, mate. And I was like, into the time, so like, you can't carry on doing this injury. And says, running hospital every other week.
Yeah.
It's not like it was from me, it was from other riders, idiots. Don't get probably some of yours, but I was getting injured all the time. So like, Jamie was like, this thing's come back called IROX. You need to try it. I was like, fucking IROX. Who's put this together? Fucking IROX.
Yeah.
Who's put this? He went, mate, honestly, let's train for it. Let's train. Because he'd booked a race, and I think it was London. He went and did one before me. And there were like 400 people, 500 people there. Like, it was empty.
Yeah.
And he went, mate, honestly, it's a bit of you. You love running. You've got good strength. Going back to bodybuilding,
Yeah.
I built good foundations in strength. And he says, just start doing it. Mate, I've done it a week. I got obsessed with it. Like,
Right. I don't first time I heard about IROX, right? I was in Mama Mia's restaurant, and one waitress said, see you, and I can't remember it well very well. I already sat with family. She said, yeah, I've signed up to the IROX. Have you heard of it? And because I'm obviously fitness industry, and I'm not, and I just went, yeah, of course I have. Yeah, and I just, because I thought I'd not even heard of it. And I said, yeah, of course I have. And I said, so what's that? So what is it again? Just explain it. I just made it out as if I just forgot. Just I didn't seem like sort of uneducated in that environment.
yeah.
It's like, oh, it's one kilometre run, it's this and that. And so uneducated, it was like, oh, and I thought, you know what, something in the ace, like, hey, it does sound good. And then it just, before, next time I heard about it, it looked massive, and that must have been within a month. It must have exploded, mate. Like,
come on, mate. Obviously, I stopped riding bikes from that week, mate. I was like, I still got my bikes in a container.
I didn't realise you were doing bikes all the way up until...
Yeah, so I was still racing the bikes and riding the bikes, mate. I've still got bikes in a container. I don't think I've got a big container or things. And since that day, I got obsessed with it, mate. And then I obviously... but then I outgrew Jamie, like, because this is me going back to being, like, having that mindset and, well, building this mindset along it all, but just having that... what's it called? Word again? Just being obsessed.
Yeah, just wanted to move more progressive.
Just being obsessed with stuff. So, so obviously I started it, and then I was like, I want to get better. I want to get better. I want to get better.
Achieving more.
I just want to get better. So then obviously I started learning myself. I started having more running in. Did probably worst thing you could ever do. I started taking workouts off someone. I'd like look on Instagram. I'm off to do that workout. It was something crazy. Then up injuring myself. But then I carry on training. There were loads of times, mate, like, obviously that's what's probably built me to what I am now, and I've found hard wage.
So is everything, I know, because it's still, sure it's still in you at times though, when you're, obviously you're very regimented and you've got these routines now, and everything's how it should be. Injury prevention, free health, you name it, you tick every box.
Yeah.
Is it still elements of you, though? Do you know when you see one of these mad workouts that you want to do that?
Hey, no one is, especially now, like, but you know what? There's probably people out there that see my workouts now. I'm not doing big-headed. That you think, how is he doing that?
Yeah.
How is he doing now? Mate, you know what it is? It was Saturday. I'd free out my Saturdays, my workouts on a weekend. I'd always do double sessions straight after each other. All my days anyway, double days, triple days some days. Like, I never drop below 100k a week. Like, I'm pushing 20-hour weeks every week. If I'm not deloading like this week,
is that just the running on all the trade? Or is that
my trade? That's got strength training, functional fitness, IROX based stuff. It's got my runs in there, but then it's got it's obviously got recovery work. It's got everything in there. I'm pushing past 20 to 25 hours a week training, but that's one hour. I have one easy day. But that's me because I built the tolerance, you know what I mean? I built all that tolerance. Some days I'll do 30k, 20 to 30k, but then it's like I said, going back to Saturdays, it's like the workout, so we'll go back to that. Saturday's workout, mate, what I planned for myself, I looked at it, I thought, what a nutcase. Then when I'm doing it, it's like, it's so rewarding, mate, knowing that you can do it. And so is that what you're doing?
So do you base, obviously your training's in order, so what would your usual week's training?
My week, so we'll start. It's always start Monday. Monday's the only day I don't run. So Monday, but I always do high volume in bike. I've always got a lot of bike erg in there, and it's always a lot of erg work. So it's always ski, row, bike. That's all I have. But then I'll have like under fatigue. I'll have some burpees. Like I'll have 2 movements for my IROX in that session.
Right.
It's always a long. My Monday's always a long session. But for me, really, I class that as an easy day. It's obviously not an easy day, but I class that as an easy day coming off back of another easy day off Sunday. But yeah, that's Monday, so that's bike in the mornings. I'm class it as an erg session, but that's from an hour to 2 hours on a Monday. Then on a night, I've got my strength workout. But all my strength is involved. It's just basically bar work, pull-ups, all stuff like that. It's no bodybuilding, all stuff like that. It's all there's functional movement, there's conditioning, just what I need to do, like deadlifts, squats, just lunges, sled pushes. It's all strength like that, basically, for what I need. You know what I mean? Tuesdays is always double day threshold, so it's always running morning threshold, 8 p.m. threshold. That can tail up to from 30k to 40k a day in that day. But I've always got LT1, LT2 in there, so I've got a top end of threshold normally morning. I've got a bottom end of threshold normally afternoon, night time. Wednesdays is always IROX based, so it's always just movements out of my IROX, but it's always got running in there. I always normally start with a 5k run warm up, 3 to 5k warm up. Then it'll have my runs in there, coming off back of stations under fatigue. You know what I mean? So that'll be like an hour from 60 minutes to if you put my cool down and warm up in there, mate, it's like an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes. And then on the night, Wednesday, I've got strength again. So I do strength 3 times a week. So I've got strength on a Wednesday night. That's same again, mate. Yeah, I've kind of a bit. That strength is normally, on a Wednesday, is normally lower. So what I normally do with the AM session on an IROX, I always put a lot of lunges in there. So a lot of wall balls. So I'm already setting myself up, fatigued with my legs already for the PM session for my strength. So now then my strength's always just bar work, mate. Bar work to box if my legs are fatigued. So I'm always front squats, back squats, lunges again. You know what I mean? But there's stuff strength wise what I need. You know what I mean? Not pushing it too bad. Not running into bodybuilding type of things and stuff like that. And then Thursday I've got double threshold again, so it's always entailed the AM threshold, PM threshold. But I probably might on a Thursday I'll probably do like my easy threshold in the morning and my hard threshold in the night. But that's entail again. That can be up from 20 to 40k. And then Fridays it's always I pull it back a little bit on a Friday, but obviously it's got running in there. It's a threshold. It's like a threshold workout on ergs, runs. We all to my rock space movements in there. But yeah, that's. But I do pull like my paces down a little bit on a Friday because knowing going into Saturday I've got a massive day. And then on a night, mate, again I've got my strength work. It's normally mixed like upper, so it's like standing shoulder press, out with a bar with some dumbbells. They're always different. Like it's gonna be in it, always different. But it's no stupid. It's stuff what works. You know what I mean? I know what's gonna work for me for my strength side of things. And then Saturday's a double day, but Saturdays is a really long day. So I've got like this Saturday I did it all together because we were going somewhere, me and Emma. So yeah, it's a long. I class it as the long IROX space. So it's like just basically AM's just long, mate. It's normally bike into some runs like IROX based movements. Just whatever how I tailor it, put it into myself, program it myself, and then night time it's threshold runs again. So then there's just obviously that Saturday's the biggest day that week, and then Sunday's always an easy one. It's out from 1 hour to 3 hours. Like this Sunday, I did 30k. Just zone 2, but my heart rate, 130 is about obviously my slow pace. I think of 420s or something this summer.
That's mad, then. So it's a funny question actually, because if you know when you're doing your, do you know when you're doing your runs? So this is just at me for an interest actually, because I spill half of that on myself. So when you're running, obviously you've got everything you do. Like I said, it's all for a reason.
Yeah.
Regiment, right? So say if I run a marathon, right? Would I have to complete a full marathon without stopping before I can start doing the stopping ones, or is it opposite way around?
Well, if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to train for it.
Yeah, so best way I can explain it is, I know you jumped on it with the Strava trend when you're shutting fridge.
Yeah, I ain't that quite.
Yeah, no, I love all that. But I never do any of that or thing. Like, even how many years I've been in this game, like I said earlier, 17 years in this, I thought whenever anyone ever did a run, you completed the time. That's it. You completed the
No, mate.
That's it.
So all my easy ones, mate, I'll stop, I'll take photos, it's called easy for a reason. This is what I go on about so many people. They'll go out on an easy run. They'll put on the stories. Like, I seen a lad do it at weekend, mate. He went out, zone 2, he put on easy run. Looked at his heart rate on 190, top end, and he averaged a 182. Mate, you've gone anaerobic. You can't pass your threshold. It's like, why have you just done that workout?
And so would you think on the same thing there, where do you think a lot of that for show for people on social media, when obviously it's going to say on their pace, isn't it? So they just run a half marathon and they're doing a 4-minute kilometre pace all the way through, but then they stop for free drinks. But then so you look at it as my tide, it's like,
he's not, because then like me, on a Sunday, like last week I run to my mum. She's been in hospital, mum, so I run to hospital. Stopped there for 20 minutes and then started watching again. It's called easy for a reason. But then instead of putting it on, know what I mean, like, being on an easy one, but not putting the heart rate on or stuff like that, just go out, like I say to all my clients when I program them, talking pace, go out, enjoy it, put a podcast on what we just built about, enjoy it being easy. I says, because when you're hard workouts, you haven't got time to stop. It's hard for a reason. But going back to Strava like that, like, a lot of people have got too much ego. It's like,
this is basically the conversation. Quite funny, because I know you're, like I said, I always got nothing but like props for you. Like, some of the actual times and stuff you do that are genuine, not race times, are unbelievable. So I know it'd be a bit of a laugh to be able to say to you that, like, obviously them ones don't count, do they? Because you got, and everybody's, but that's the only problem with social media nowadays. It's all like smoke and mirrors. Yeah, I could be running this mad pace. I've already got my time. I always on the water.
This is what I say to people, and this is what I like, going back to like make my clients now. I don't want to see a time unless it's been in a race. Like, I don't want to know a PB unless it's been in a race. This is what I say to people. You can go around a running track, but have you dodged through 5,000 people running a 10k on a race unless you're up front? You know what I mean? Or racing's racing. That racing, PBs come with racing. And this is what I always said to people, it doesn't matter where you've done it. For me to see a PB, it needs to be in a race. I'm not bothered, because you could lie to anybody. And Strava's like the worst thing for it. It's like this generation of social media. It's like people need to prove something to people. It's like, but you need to prove out to everybody. Surely stay in your own lane.
Yeah, so you know yourself. I feel like I mean,
must be in the toilet. Post this up, knowing that you've not completed it, or you
stocking up for easy runs like you just say, when you know you can see their heart rate and you're like,
I'll stop all the time. I'll get my camera and I'll put a video on, or I'll take photos and I'll FaceTime kids. So I'm up at 6 o'clock and I'm up at 5 out of that door on a Sunday at 5 o'clock to get my run done. Lila wakes up. I'll jump on FaceTime to her. I'll stop and talk to her. Just got to walk up out of bed. I'm not there, you know what I mean? Or I'll ring me, I'll carry on running, or I'll stop. I'll think, I'll chat. I'll run somewhere. Like, I always, one of my routes, I always put something on it, or like, my mates might have run to Costa, and I'll stop in there for 10 minutes on a quick cut, and then I'll go back on my route. It's called easy for a reason. It's called enjoyable for a reason.
I think that's just to uneducated, like, ears. Even myself, it's all like, it's very, very interesting.
Mate, I've done it myself. I thought, right,
5k every
time. I need to go do a 5k point. Right, just done this time. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Unless you've done a race, mate,
Yeah.
put it up there. But
Just being active and enjoying
and
it.
this is where a lot of people don't get no better, mate, because they're bothered about other people and what other people think. They're not concentrating on them. I've done it myself, learning all this. I've been there and done it myself. They're not actually. You need to learn. You need to put time into you and not worry about what other people think.
Yeah.
Because and that's going back. It's like social media, mate. It's this generation. It's getting worse and worse and worse. It's what people are pushing onto other people. It's like social media. It's horrible.
Yeah. Well, you might be going for anything that you see. You just got to sort of, you believe it or you don't.
Yeah.
That's it. And you either take that person, you either like them or you don't.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, for especially for these are great opportunities because people will get to listen to this inside.
A lot of people know me and like they'll see some side of things that will probably go back into. So they don't. Obviously, a lot of people don't know me. I'm new to industry. Obviously, local areas and stuff like that, mate. But coming through ranks now, I'm done it, and now I'm doing it and stuff like that. I've got a lot of education, and I want to educate a lot more people. You know what I mean? I've learned the hard way. I've got to where I am now. I've been my own guinea pig, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I learned all this on myself. I've been through shit. I've injured myself. I've learned what doesn't work. I've learned now what works. I'm still learning. I'm fresh to iVox. Mate, these people have been in this sport since day dot, like in these elite races and that. But don't tell me for 1 second when I don't believe that I'll be there, because I believe that I'll be there.
Yeah.
And this is the mindset what I've developed, and this is the mindset what I've got. And so so basically, I've obviously for 3 years, mate, been in this doing what I do to get into where I've got now. So with fitness and coaching side of things, I've been building the CV. Like I've had a lot of people like before. Oh, are you interested in coaching? I says no, mate, not really. I says basically I'm still learning. I'm still learning, and I've still got a lot more to show. It's like with all my races. Like I rank second at UK at the moment for Open, but obviously I won't be doing Open again because I'm turned professional. I've only to pro ranks now. But then that's another tick on my CV, what looks good. And obviously my running times, 1:15 half marathon 2 weeks ago, like my pro times now, and then just my 5K, 16 minutes. All the times like running times could keep carrying on. I've been doing all this to build a CV and a good platform for me moving forward into coaching.
Yeah.
But then obviously going back at like learning what works, like different running techniques, long cycling. That's the Ironman last year. I've got Ironman again next year. Uh, like all long cycling, longer stuff, shorter stuff. I've tried it all. Like I have been my own guinea pig. I have tried to get me to where I am now, and I know it works, and I know it's getting better week in week out. I'm getting better. And I'm finding better things to work, but all about same area. You know what I mean? And then this is what now is going into my clients.
Do you feel like you can shorten down a lot of progress time?
I believe, mate. Now I'm just getting started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of your clients, so say well, like when I started boxing, mate, I would just literally self train as yourself. Well, then now my clients don't have to go through the same time
Process,
with
yeah.
learning because I've already done it. Well, you know, you had already done it.
We said this at start. So, and if you get a coach that had been through all that, or like maybe better coaches out there than me. I'm fresh. I'm new. I mean, I'm older man's up. I'm new, but I know a lot because I've done it all on myself. And I think it's hard to find that inside of
Because
coach.
just there's more knowledge and experience. Yeah, like, no matter what certificates you've got, what skills
A
you
lot of people. There's a lot of coaches on paper, like what the not. I don't. I want to say there's a lot of coaches on paper for what my times and stuff like that, and for my times I've got. But obviously, there's a lot more people experience than me. But it's like which athlete, which chooses which coach in it. It's like they'll probably try him and then come to you. I think it's one of them in it where for me as well, mate. I'm not one of them like I won't take anybody's money. Like I've just sold the business. Like I didn't need to go into coaching. I wanted to go into coaching because I wanted to help people, and I love being in the gym. Like I love doing anything to do with fitness. It's fetched this out of me now. It's made me, you know what I mean? I fucking thrive off it. And I want to now, like, I'd start full time on the 9th in gym with Dambo. Shout out to Dambo. I start with him. And I can't wait, mate. Like every day, I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing though now. So I've turned.
We'll have to get done, but
I'll take that box. Obviously, I'm a full time athlete. So and the day I did that, mate, I was buzzing. The day I could take my old clothes off and step out my recovery truck, mate, I buzzed. And like I buzz now. Anything to do with fitness. But yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still learning, but I know a lot and I've learned a lot.
so is there anything that you want to cover from the upbringing?
Yeah.
I know there's bits you've been wanting to talk.
So yeah, well, the back will go any over. So I went a little bit up to mate, didn't we? I got a bit eager. Same, my upbringing, mate. My upbringing was rocky. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say and say that I had a shit upbringing. Like, my parents, I got nice things, but then I had nice things took for stupid reasons from my dad. And we've had nice houses, and nice houses got took. Like my dad were in that jail all his life. It's what I've seen. You know what I mean? He's in jail now. I've seen it all. My mum's been an alcoholic. She's got better. She's been alcoholic again. My life coming up, and I think that's what made me so mentally tough, right? I've seen some fucking shit, you know what I mean? Stuff that my kids will never see. But yeah, I'm not here to start slagging my parents off. I'm not here to. I'm not going to pull them down saying that they are my parents and I love them to bits. But like I spent a lot of time up with like my grands and my granddads, them taking us all day because they didn't want us to see shit like mum and dad partying a lot.
Yeah.
Sending us off places because they were partying and this a bit of shit, mate. But I've had nice things out of a childhood. Like I have had nice things, but I've had a lot of shit with it.
Yeah.
But it's what's made me. It's what's made me, and that's what's like pushed me. Like especially how I push on my kids now. Like as we brought up, like I won't ever let them see out and I'll ever do all that. Like me and Emma, it's just a lifestyle, isn't it? But it's growing up, mate. Some people don't know what an argument means in between parents. Some people have had a lot worse than what I've had. Some kids have been fetched up with fuck all. I've had nice stuff, but I've learned like I've understood like how to appreciate nice things now. Because like as a kid, I'd say for Christmas I'd get buy a motorbike. 2 months later, my dad would sell it because he'd owe someone some money. You know what I mean? All stuff like that. This shit, but yeah, from there, from childhood, obviously, from then going into like my teenage years, yeah, in that trouble, mate, police, been a little shit, wanting to be a gangster, thinking out of this, thinking out of that, then partying, taking drugs, going out with my mates, thinking, you know what I mean, I'll do this, I can do that, and it's just a lot. I think it's a lot of lifestyle. I think you might have been through it a bit yourself. We both,
I think most people come to well, the ones that don't end up down a really bad path, but I think the ones that get out of
Yeah.
that,
I think you have to. I think you had to get to the mindset what we've got and what I've got. You've had to go through some shit.
I just feel like people with like addictive personalities.
That's what it's like that way. I'm looking for addictive person.
Yeah. So I feel like that's what.
Yeah.
It's not most. It's not about the brain to be able to put into something. Like if I'm not boxing, I don't know what to do.
You see, I'm so like you can teach someone fitness, mate. You can get them fit, but if they ain't got that mental capacity, if they haven't been through a bit of shit in life,
Yeah.
if they ain't got that mental space to push past like a limit, like I put a post on other week about something. It's like you like I'll think it was something like I'll roar as loud as a lion and I'll bark as loud as a dog. You know what I mean? You put me in something that's tough and I'll fucking thrive off it. Like that's me. That's me. Like when it gets hard is when I get better. But I think that's just like through this bit of shit what you've been through as up in you. And I think when you try teach that into somebody, it's hard to teach into somebody because they've not got it. It's like you can make someone really, really fit, say in boxing, but if they haven't got that next 30 seconds to push past, they're losing it.
You know what? I found it very hard at the beginning to separate that in your coaching because although we do want, especially for yourself when you're going more down elite route, like the average the average PT is going to be trying other down street. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so and being able to adapt to each client, I think was very hard, mate. Yeah, it's very important as well, depending again on the elite athlete level that you're going for. If you've got to be at that level or you'll get level. Yeah, obviously from anyone who's watching who is a PT, that's probably not gonna be the same thing for everybody else. So
There's you've got your general public, can't you? 100. You've got a basic for like that for.
so you're gonna
It is so I always we ultimately.
yeah.
I want people that like I want to see success in people, and I want my coach to show in people.
Yeah.
Same with you with boxing. You want to go to a boxing and get some.
I think definitely when I used to be just again average PT for if you want to full gym, yeah, I want to do bodybuilding, a bit of bodybuilding, bit of fitness, bit of this, bit of that, loblets. Yeah, yeah. But when it comes to getting in a boxing ring, like, and you're representing me, you're not in there. Sure, like, if you're not ready, mate, you're not fighting.
So that's what I say to a lot of people. It's like, if let's just like going back, if I know I put 6 weeks into somebody and they've got no better, they're not doing it right.
Yeah.
What my plan I'd give them, they're not doing it proper, because
Yeah.
you know that's worked
Yeah.
on you, and you know it's worked on somebody else. So it's like, if I'm just say, look, mate, you best not probably going somewhere else. You not look like you've got discipline, motivation.
Is it would that change? But obviously you're still new into it as well. But when you actually see something sort of special in someone, or they've got these other, or then they are losing it. So would you give some some people more benefit?
Yeah, yeah, because you can see that those squirrel in life, mate. They because of having a bad time in life, but I'm here to listen. You know what I mean? I'm here to listen. You're paying me. I know it's not massive amounts of money, but I'm here to listen. Send me a WhatsApp voice note. I'm here to listen to you, because you know what? There's nothing worse than seeing some good in someone and potential going. It's no worse, is there? It's not like it's someone like, oh, they're so good, and you're seeing that margin coming again, pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And all of a sudden, they'll start coming back down, back down, back down. But then, like, voice notes will start getting distance, texts will start getting distance.
Yeah.
And you know something's happening where I'd rather, no, it might not be at home, it might just be out falling out with game.
Yeah.
They might be going through something, but you'd rather them talk to you, wouldn't you?
Right, mate.
Yeah, so there's like a side to me what a lot of people obviously don't know. Like, before I got into this, like, I spent, well, I've been with Emma now, this will be 12 year this year, 12 year next year. But like, when I went through all the injuries on my bike and stuff like that, and obviously with that bad injury I had with my leg, we'll probably talk about that on another podcast. Like, I did go through a lot of like mental health shit, like a lot of stuff. A lot of people, only my close friends know this about me. You know what I mean? Like, I spent 3 years like partying, taking drugs, going out. I can remember turning up at house parties for me like week in, week out. But I'd never, like, I was still working. I was still making sure I was getting bread and butter. You know what I mean? I was still making sure I was fetching money to the table. But yeah, before, like, fitness. And this is like touching back now. I've not had a drink for 3 years. Like, not drank now for 3 years. I'll never drink again, because I knew what it did to me. You know what I mean? But like, I think it was 2 or 3. I think it's 2019 to 2022. I'm going out every other day. Every, like, if there was a party, I'd be there. If I've missed so many occasions, like, through my family and stuff like that, what I regret, and I'm still probably trying to make up for it now. You know what I mean? But this is a side what Alex said. No, not many people knew of me, because I don't think people now think of me to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I remember, like, going out drinking. Like, I'd be at work and I'd drive past the pub and I'd see someone start going. You know what I mean? But now I'd be there then 2 3 days. Or I'd say to Emma, I'm off so and so, and I just lie to her and end up in a pub or a party. And I can remember coming to multiple house parties, multiple times dragging me out of places, mate, to get me home and shit like that, you know what I mean? And then I can remember it was, I've been at my mate's party, me and Emma went, and I just started, this is when I just started, like, finding out about all money and stuff like that. So I like getting into it, but I was still drinking and stuff like that. But I wasn't drinking, this is like I was bleeding off it. And I was stood there and I says, look, I put my drink down. I says, I will never ever drink again. She went, oh, of course you won't. I said, I've heard it before. I says, I'll never ever drink again. Says, this is the last day you will ever see me drink. She went, I'll see it when I believe it when I see it. She says, I don't have trust in you, you know what I mean? Which she's not going to do, is she? Like we always, yeah, been so. They're not going to have trust in me. I've let her down so many times. I've let the kids down.
The proofs and
From that day, mate, I've not drank one beer since. And I've just obviously, and like, I lost 3 years of my life through that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like, it seems to be getting worse in people, mate, now. Like, the generation of people drinking drugs. I only had a short time of it, 2 3 years, I think it was. And I know people have been doing it years, mate. Like, there's still people, my mates now, that are still partying, that have not got jobs, not got money, like, crying poverty on Facebook and Instagram. And it was like, it's scary for the population kids that are growing up. It's my
it is when they're having kids and they've got to grow up around it as well. Like I feel like as a parent, as a dad, for me, definitely, like, you want to be you want to be ever the role model, yeah. What kind of role model are you? So whether it doesn't matter what you're doing either. Like, it doesn't have to be have to be a boxer to put daughters. I don't have to be a professional athlete, but
Well,
you know what they appreciate when they're seeing they're seeing their dad getting going doing gym or trying or doing it. And for me, it's very cliche, but they say people say they die for the kids, but would you live for them?
Yeah,
I do love that quote because it's like I love it. It's so true.
Like, it's like my kids, mate. My number one supporters. Like,
Yeah.
my lad is 30. He's going on 13. Like, he's basically my mate now. You know what I mean? But from day dot, he's always been my number one supporter. When I racing bikes, like when I got into fit, he's always like my little girl. She said, "That my business mate. Like, I've got so much to give for that because."
And now she's stuck by
She even told me what I'm doing wrong, like in life now, especially at fitness. She pushes me so much.
Yeah.
She tells me how good I am. You know what I mean? It were and when someone like that sees it in you, you believe in yourself a lot more, don't you? And she's like, still pushes me now. Like, I don't sit with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll sort of leave it on that note. We've got so much more to say.
I don't think them all need to get the back in.
Oh, 100%, mate. We'll do another one of these definitely. Probably within the next few weeks, mate. I'd probably like to get you back on Mod Express. Show people want to hear the story. I want to hear the story as well.
Oh, yeah, there's still stuff we need to go back to. Still stuff what I've got in pipeline. Still stuff that I'm doing. So obviously, still stuff about my life a little bit. What I've missed a few snippets out of it, and obviously what I'm offering now. And there's a lot of mating as well. So we've got another.
Are we and what you're going to be doing yourself competing. I want to help you go so future. I want to know more about the backstory. There's so much more to go on, but where can people find you, Luke, now from us?
So yeah, social media, Instagram, Facebook. It's Luke McCarthy Training on Instagram, Luke McCarthy on Facebook. Then I've got TikTok, Luke McCarthy Training. Them 3 platforms, but Instagram is my main one. If anyone wants to jump on there, follow me, drop me a message, anything like that, mate.
Yeah, please get on everyone and follow Luke on all them platforms. And thank you again, mate.
Yeah.
A pleasure. Enjoyed it, mate. We'll definitely have Luke on again. 100%. Remember, like and subscribe. Cheers for thanks.